Let's talk about action cameras. They're small, they're versatile, they can be used for a lot of different things, and you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to purchase a camera that records full HD video. There are many different action cameras available on online retailers such as Amazon, and today we're just going to talk about one particular action camera that we just purchased and we just received recently. I have 6 action cameras. This is going to be my 7th. And I'm very excited to see, for a $30 purchase, what kind of value there is. Now keep in mind, I'm going to be referencing the price a lot in this video that I paid for it because it will really kind of it will influence my impressions, or rather what I think about this camera, because just keep in mind that if you pay $1,000 for a cheap action camera, you'll think that's very expensive and you'll have very high expectations. But if you pay only $30 like we did with this camera, then that does provide some context in terms of how I see, how I talk about the number of features or the quality. It's really value for money. For the price that we paid, do I think the quality is acceptable? Are there good features? So I'm just going to be referencing that a lot. I just wanted to let you know. We paid $30 for this, but this is not to say that I'm guaranteeing that you're going to also receive this camera for $30 plus shipping and tax. This is just to provide some context for this unboxing, for this review. When I talk about it, I might say, oh, this only costs $30, so I'm surprised they have this feature, or something like, oh, the quality is good for a $30 camera. So that matters. That is just to provide some context. This is the AEE Lyfe, L-Y-F-E, silver action camera. We're just going to open this really quickly. We paid $30 for this camera again, so it's just going to be very interesting to see how good the battery life is, what kind of features there are, what kind of accessories there are. Again, there are many action cameras available on Amazon, so if you search action camera and you're not familiar with these, you certainly might be overwhelmed with choices, so just make sure to spend hours doing research, watching videos like this one, and reading reviews. But the best way to do it is to go on YouTube and look for sample footage, so you can see what kind of quality you should expect with these cameras. Okay, so let's get started. Now, like I said, this was around $30, plus that's what we paid for it, before shipping and tax, $30. AEE Cams Lyfe Silver, this is what it's called. So the first thing you're going to see, which is kind of interesting, which I think is very strange, is that it advertises itself as having 4K footage. I don't think it's necessary to have a 4K feature. If you have only 10 frames per second, you can see it 10 FPS on the left. 10 frames per second. I don't think, if your footage is not going to be smooth, if it's only 10 frames per second, why have 4K as an option? Whatever, that's interesting. But here's what is going to be most impressive if the quality is good. Right here it says 60 frames per second, 1080p video. That's what would be very impressive on a $30 camera, so that's pretty cool. I'm very excited to try that out. That's my personal favorite setting. 60 frames per second, 1080p resolution, a good combination of high quality video and smooth video. 16 megapixel camera. These cheap action cameras do have cameras that let you take still photos, and a lot of them might say 20 megapixels, 16 megapixels, 10, but from my experience, from the 6 cameras that I own, the 6 action cameras, don't expect the quality on these photos to be great. Just don't expect it to be great, especially not on a $30 device like this, because it's not going to replace the camera on your smartphone or point and shoot camera in terms of quality. So right, we buy these to make videos, not to take pictures. But we'll see how good the quality is. Touchscreen, that's interesting. Bluetooth, okay. So that's the kind of front of the box. And again, it says 4K, but it's only 10 frames per second. I don't see why we're going to use that feature. Here's the camera. Here's the underwater housing right there. We could put the underwater housing on the camera. Really some more kind of talking about what's here. Waterproof housing. Some accessories, USB cable for transferring footage. Enjoy your life. Beautifully vivid 4K resolution, 10 frames per second. That's, I don't know why. It's just 10 frames per second. It's not very good. Touchscreen, that's interesting for a $30 camera. 16 megapixel image with breathtaking photos. You see, I have a problem with that marketing because breathtaking is subjective. You shouldn't say it has breathtaking photos. That's subjective. I mean, we're going to see. I mean, you don't want to disappoint anyone, but again, I just don't think the quality is going to be very good, but maybe I'll be surprised. 16 megapixel photos. Small camera, I mean, these are really, really small, which is kind of part of the appeal of these action cameras. Okay, so you can see 60 frames per second, 1080p, time-lapse, that's interesting, touchscreen, and digital zoom, waterproof if you have the underwater housing. Hopefully it's going to be waterproof. I'm not going to guarantee that. Okay, so anyways, now that I've spent time talking about the box and the features, we're going to have to open this. So that's exactly what we are going to do here. So sorry for just talking too much. If you don't want to hear me talk, feel free to skip to the last part of this video where we show you some video tests, videos recorded with this camera. So if you don't want to hear me talk, please feel free to skip to the end of the video where we show you some sample videos recorded with this camera. Take it out of the box now. At least they made it easy to take it out of the box, right? I mean, sometimes it's very difficult. Okay. Am I going to retract what I just said? Oh yeah, of course we have to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so right now we're just taking it out of the box. Of course, there's one more sticker. Okay, one more sticker. There we go. Right? Nice and easy. So, yeah, this is our camera. This is the AEE Lyfe Silver action camera. Very exciting. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's easy enough. AEE cams, AEE.com. I guess that's their website. Okay, let's put that here. Okay, there's your features. This video is already 6 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm sorry. I never know how to make these videos quickly. That's the problem, because I just talk too much in these videos. So I think that's the problem. Just kind of talk too much. Okay, let's just now trying to figure out. You know, it doesn't really matter. I mean, might as well just try opening it from the bottom. It's just whatever. Okay. Oops. Nothing here. Wow, there's a lot of space here. Now, where is the, Fine, I'm gonna have to just separate it like this. Oh. Okay. Okay, there's that. It looks like you're gonna have your accessories. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so first thing we got is, this little... Oh, okay. So it's like some kind of manual, I guess. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna put the camera here. Okay. So we have this. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Congratulations on your purchase. Is this a sticker? I think it's a sticker. It's pretty cool. Sticker. More stickers. I mean, that's kind of cool. Some nice looking stickers here. Okay, so we got some stickers. More stickers. More stickers. Wow. Very interesting to have stickers with the camera. Good advertising. I mean, I like stickers. I don't know if I'll use them necessarily, but here's your manual. Talking about everything, but since I've used these action cameras before, whoa, big manual. I think I'm gonna be fine. So, probably talks about some of the features, the buttons, how to access the menu. As I said, there's a touch screen. That's pretty cool. You can see we've got some accessories here, so let's just kind of take them out this way, I guess. You got your USB cable for transferring footage to, from the camera to your computer. Some little accessories here. I guess this is for floating, maybe. This is for floating, so you can float in the water. A strap for your camera. Okay, that's neat. Some small accessories. I'm not really going to use these mounts, so I'm just going to take them out very quickly. It's just some standard accessories, an extra back for the camera. So nothing really too exciting. I mean, the most important thing is your USB cable, so you can transfer footage from your camera to your computer and to charge it, obviously. Some small accessories here. It's just really standard accessories. Some cameras have more accessories than others. Just if you want to mount it on a bike, helmet, etc. Here's your battery. Obviously, we're going to need this for our camera, assuming this is the only battery that we have. There's no spare battery. This is the battery we're going to have to put in our camera. Okay, so there's the battery. We're gonna need that, obviously. Not really much more in here. I think it's more or less empty. I think. Yeah, it's empty. You can see out the other way. That's it. You know what? Actually, very minimal accessories compared to what I'm used to. But it doesn't really matter because I don't really use. So I'm just trying to get this out of the box. Don't really use these accessories anyways. So the question is, why am I not able to take? Why am I not able to take the camera out? I'm just gonna have to. This box is really getting ripped here. Apologize. Okay, now I got this camera and I'd like to take it out of the. Sometimes I wonder to myself why it's so difficult just to take it out of the box. You're probably laughing at me right now. But the truth is, I want to use this camera, but I cannot. This is ridiculous. Oh, here? Is this what we do? I cannot explain how frustrating this is that I'm having to rip apart this whole box. It must be a. I'm sorry. You know, look, it's a hot day today. It's the end of July, and I just want to use my camera. Oh, this is it. And I'm just having trouble. It's nice packaging, but it's just frustrating. I'm sorry, everyone. I know you're laughing at me right now. Oh, finally. You see, they don't need to put so much tape. They don't need to do that, but they did, so it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Here's what we've been waiting for. This is the AEE Lyfe silver camera, and there's me in the background. This is actually a very small camera. They usually are, these action cameras, but you've got your underwater housing. Okay, so now what you're going to notice is that the underwater housing is not right on the camera, so no, I mean, I don't know, it's like stuck to this box. Now we're going to have to. Yeah, you know, I'm not really in the mood for this right now. I mean, everything is just. Look, I mean, I appreciate the packaging. I really do, but everything is stuck to this box. I mean, do you ever consider that people just want to take the camera out and start using it? I mean, what's going on here? Okay, it's just. Is this a joke? Can I just. Look, I don't mean to be upset, but it's a very hot day today, and I don't even know why this is. I was hoping to make a quick video, but I'm trying to show you the whole process of unboxing this, and now it's stuck to this. It's basically attached to this. I don't want to break the. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, we did it. Okay, and that's because we took off this screw right here. Okay. I guess that's we have to. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Here's the camera itself. It has these two things at the bottom. These like this plastic piece, which is not going to come off. Anyways, AEE is the company. This is the AEE Lyfe Silver. Lyfe Silver, Lyfe. Camera, very small action camera, and I'm very excited to use it. You got your power button, record button, record button, camera button, some indicators like here. This is a touch screen. It says very small screen. This is like, you can see it's just a very small screen. And this piece at the bottom, you have, what's this? Oh. Okay. Wow, so I was wrong. It's not actually stuck. Huh. Oh, okay, okay, I see. This is actually very interesting. The case, the actual camera was in one of the mounts already, so it's not like this plastic. It's not this as if this plastic piece was attached to the camera. It's not. We just took it off right now. Just keep that in mind if you buy this camera. You just have to you have to play around with this piece right here, and then you can actually take this off. Okay, so the camera, I was wrong. Very small camera. Here it is. Looks like it's made of metal, like the exterior part, maybe plastic, I can't tell. So right here is where I think we have to insert our micro SD card. That's another thing. You'll need a micro SD memory card. Just keep that in mind. It's a very small memory card. I will include it in the next clip. I'll show you. So we'll have to insert it somehow, I guess. Okay, here's where you put the battery. Let's just do that right now. Yeah, I'm sorry about this video. It's just like the packaging was a lot to get through. Okay, so the spikes are going to line up right here, right there, and that's it. Okay, easy enough. Last thing will be to insert our memory card, which is kind of like yeah. You just use your fingernail right there. Memory card, port for inserting your USB cable. We'll insert the memory card shortly. And this is your camera right here. So, I'm sorry, upside down. Now let's talk about the underwater housing. Here it is. I guess we'll have to unscrew this again. Underwater housing is cool. I mean, it's not going to necessarily 100% guarantee that your camera is going to be protected from water. I mean, it's definitely going to protect it from the elements. Maybe if it's drizzling, it's dusty or whatever, but I'm just always hesitant to put those in the water just because you kind of never know exactly. Now the question is, how do I get the underwater housing out of the... It's another thing I don't know why they did this. Why would you do this? Yeah, this is going to be the worst video ever, I think, because I don't know how to get the underwater housing. You know, maybe we'll just come back later and do this off camera, because I cannot explain how frustrating this is. What's the issue here? Why doesn't it... What is preventing me from taking the underwater housing off? What is the issue here? So yeah, just trying to get the underwater housing off the camera. I'm not sure why it's not coming off. Very, very frustrating, because I think I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, you just have to pull it. Okay. So you had to pull on the... You have to pull the underwater housing off of this base right here. I'm really sorry. This has not been a great video. But anyways, here's the underwater housing. The back... How's the back gonna open like this? Okay, there it is. Finally did it. There's the underwater housing. Okay, so now you can put the camera in the underwater housing. The back opens like this. So here's the camera. Okay, so here it is. Let's just take this off. Here's your underwater housing. It just opens like this, right off. Right, the back opens like this. Pull it here. There. It doesn't look very secure, but it's fine. Okay, so I'll be right back. We're going to insert the micro SD memory card in the camera. We have our underwater housing now. We're ready to get started. We inserted the battery. So the last thing we have to do is just insert the micro SD memory card. right over here. So I'll be right back. We're going to get our micro SD memory card, which is a separate purchase. The memory card will not be included typically with these cameras unless you buy some sort of special bundle with extra items. You will need a separate micro SD card, separate purchase, so that you can store your footage. Otherwise, you won't be able to use this camera with no memory card. I will be right back where we insert the memory card. Hello everyone. We are back with the AEE Lyfe Silver action camera, and we're just going to show you how to insert the micro SD memory card, which is a separate purchase that is going to be a small memory card specifically designed for these, well, specifically compatible with these action cameras. Most of these action cameras, if not all of them, will accept a micro SD memory card, and that is simply something that looks like this. Most cameras will accept the 32 gigabyte card. As you can see, they're very, very, very small. This one cost maybe $9. I purchased it for it. So very, very, very small, but you will need one of these unless you buy some sort of special bundle. More often than not, the action cameras will not include a micro SD card in the box, so you will need a memory card. So yes, this camera was around $30, but as a separate purchase you will need a micro SD memory card. We're just going to insert it right here. We're going to have to see how we're going to do this. There's typically going to be a little diagram like right here, which says, like, it's going to show you how this is going to work. It's going to be kind of, sometimes it's not very clear, but in this case, let's just try this. Okay, so I think we did it correctly, but you're gonna laugh at me, but the only way to make this actually work is to yeah, a thin metal object like some scissors, and in order to push the memory card in all the way, you're gonna have to do this, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. So we're gonna hear a click. Oh my god, am I gonna break this now? There's the click. Okay, it worked. So the memory card is now inserted, battery is inserted, we are ready. Here's our micro USB, the USB port for charging the camera. As I said, the camera comes with the USB cable. You just plug it in. It's for charging your camera, transferring the footage. Again, if you're not familiar with these cameras, but if you are, you've already done this before. So now we inserted the micro SD memory card, which is a separate purchase, the memory card. We're ready to use our camera, assuming there's battery life in this camera. So this is a very small action camera we purchased for around $30 from Amazon. This is going to be some context for how I'm going to talk about this camera. Interesting, nice design, I think. Very small screen, but we're going to just press the power button and see if there's any battery life. Okay, so here we go. We have some battery life here. I'm just going to go through the menu, the features, and then in the second part of this video, I'm going to show you some sample recordings taken with this camera. So if you don't want to hear me talk, feel free to skip to the last part of this video to see some sample clips. So anyways, let's see if the camera's going to focus here. Sorry about that. Okay, great. So here's our menu. This is a touch screen, I think. Okay. Very responsive. Here's our battery life. 252, I guess that's the time. Default looks like 1080p resolution, 60 frames per second. I guess we just have to go to the menu. So as you can see, it looks like there's camera, there's some settings, some photo, maybe time-lapse settings. So okay, let's see here. Oh, so that's our video setting. So video mode, let's see what the settings are. Okay, so here are our video settings. As I said before, oh, okay, so we can scroll down. Okay, we have 10 frames per second, 4K resolution at 10 frames per second, 2.7K 15 frames per second. That's not very useful. 1440p 30 frames per second. This is my favorite, the default setting. 1080p 60 frames per second. 720p 120 frames per second. Okay. So that's pretty cool. I mean, the touch screen so far is very, very responsive. So we're going to keep it on 1080p 60 frames per second, okay? Resolution, okay, so video mode, okay. Okay, so, okay, let's just see what we got here. Record. Video only. Video mode. Oh, record. Okay, whatever. I don't know what that means. Audio only. Okay, video mode is going to be record, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I see, I see. Video only or audio only. I mean, I guess you can either see, you can only see, or you can only hear. Okay, so record. Slow motion, auto record. I don't know what auto record, interval record. Oh, interval record. Maybe that's time lapse. I don't know. Okay, so we're just going to have it here. Let's see. Photos, photo mode. Different, lots of features here for photo. As it says, there's like a 16 megapixels, a different resolutions here. Timestamp off. Okay, so let's see other settings. Sound. We want the sound standard. G-sensor, I'm not sure what that is. Status indicator. Screen display. Oh, okay. This is very interesting. EIS. So, okay, EIS. We can either turn it on or turn it off. So we're definitely going to try some videos with the image stabilization turned off and with the image stabilization turned on. So there's a lot of features. I mean, it's not very easy to navigate this menu, unfortunately, but we can always try many of these different settings. I'm just showing you what this looks like. So we have, yeah. Photo mode, yeah. Okay. So this is mainly what we're going to be testing the video quality at different resolutions. So I think I will see you in the next clip where we just talk about, where we show you some sample footage recorded with this camera. I will say that we will take some pictures, but really the main focus of this will be to show you how good the video quality is, not how good the photo quality is, because this isn't really going to be a substitute for your primary camera, especially not a $30 action camera, but we might be surprised. We'll show you some photos as well. But mainly we're going to show you some videos recorded at different resolutions like 1080p 60 frames per second, and that's maybe this 1440p 30 frames per second, 720p 120 frames per second. So anyways, I think that's it for now. We got the menu, we have all these different settings. What is this? Different, yeah, so we got the photo settings, video settings, library. Okay, I guess that's for viewing your files. What's this? Time-lapse features, so that's pretty cool. But we're going to go into video mode, obviously. We have our settings. We have our, what's video mode? Record, I guess. Slow motion. So there's definitely a lot of features here, both with videos and with photos. So I got your resolution, viewing angle. Yeah. So, okay, I will see you in the next clip where we, next part of this video where we record many different videos at different resolutions, and we'll take some photos as well. I'm sorry that this took so long. As you can see, it just kind of was difficult for me to get everything out of the box because it was just difficult to see whether I was breaking it or not just by removing these items from the packaging, like the underwater housing and the action camera. So anyways, the underwater housing, oh, we're gonna actually turn this off. Okay, yeah, we're gonna turn this off. Looks like we have some buttons here: photos, videos, record. Let's just turn this off. Okay. I didn't. What? I wanted to turn this off. Yes, please. Yes, it is off now. Okay, so here's our camera. Here's our underwater housing. If you want to see how to put it in the underwater housing, I guess you just kind of just go like that. Yeah, so it opens very, very easily, which makes me wonder if this is actually going to be waterproof. So I wouldn't make any guarantees about that. So the back of the camera just comes out. Well, this is very hot. This camera is very hot right now. Maybe it's because it's summer, but hopefully it's not going to overheat. Hopefully the battery life will be okay. So you just insert the camera here. The back goes here and like that. And that's it. There it is. Okay. Camera in the underwater housing. And that's pretty much it. So, I will say thanks for watching this video. There's a few accessories here, but not many. But the main thing is we're going to see how good the video quality is. In your opinion. You can decide. See you in the next clip, part of this video where we talk about, where we show you some sample footage recorded with this camera. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. This is the AEE Lyfe silver action camera. Sorry, focus. There we go. Okay.
.1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the ultra wide viewing angle, which creates the fisheye effect. 1080p 60 frames per second with the ultra wide viewing angle, which creates the fisheye effect. I think this is the good quality on this setting. I usually don't like the fisheye effect, so I change it to the medium viewing angle. Again, this is the 1080p 60 frames per second with the ultra wide viewing angle on, which creates this fisheye effect. Hello, this is another 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the AEE Lyfe silver action camera that we recently purchased on Amazon for around $30. This is the AEE Lyfe silver action camera, 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. I would say overall, I'm very, very impressed with the quality of this video for a $30 camera. At least that's the price that we purchased it for. So I would just say that for $30, the price that we purchased it for, I think I'm very happy with this purchase, and I would make videos with this camera on vacation. That's how good I think the quality is. I would use this camera to record videos on vacation. So I think it's very impressive, a $30 camera making videos on vacation. I mean, I'm not planning on going on vacation anytime soon, but if I do go, I'll be sure to take this camera. This is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second on this Sunday late afternoon, July 2021. With the AEE Lyfe silver action camera that we purchased for around $30. Again, I would say I'm very impressed with this video quality for the price that we paid, which is again $30. And yeah, it's always interesting to see that no matter how much you pay, there's really no guarantee that the quality is going to be very good on an action camera. But sometimes you can pay very little and still have a quality product. So just make sure you do your research, and thanks for watching this video. This is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test. Day is almost over. Sunday late afternoon with the AEE Lyfe silver action camera. It was cloudy today. I thought it was going to rain, but it's turning out to be a very nice day. Summer 2021 with this cheap action camera. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. Hello, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the AEE Lyfe silver action camera, which we purchased on Amazon recently for around $30. I really like this action camera. I think for the price that we bought it for, which was a little over $30 in total, I'm not guaranteeing that you'll pay that price. Personally, I think this is a great action camera, especially on the 1080p 60 frames per second resolution setting, which is my favorite setting. I think it's a good combination of quality and smooth looking video. This is just a 1080p 60 frames per second video test to show you what this camera, show you how good the quality looks. Again, I leave it up to you to decide, but I personally really like this camera so far, and I'm really enjoying the experience of using this camera. And not only that, but not only with the video, but I also like the photo setting as well. Again, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the AEE Lyfe silver action camera.
Oh, we could put our speak. Oh, well, there's a lot of. We could all put our things like
1080p video test 60 frames. 1080p video test 60 frames per second.
And everybody put in their reply. But let me position you guys.
Hmm. 1080p video test 60 frames per second. Hello, this is another 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the AEE Lyfe silver action camera, which we purchased on Amazon for a little bit more than $30 in total. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to pay that price. Anyways, so far I really like this action camera, not just for the video quality, but also for the photo quality, which I was very impressed by considering the price that we bought it for. This is just a 1080p resolution video test at 60 frames per second with this cheap action camera, budget friendly. Don't know if they're still selling it on Amazon, but that's where we got it from. The AEE Lyfe silver action camera, which goes all the way to 4K resolution at 10 frames per second, but that's not very smooth. This is my favorite video setting, 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second, and I think this setting is very good on this cheap action camera, which is surprising to me because usually you have to pay at least $50 just to have the chance of having a good action camera with this kind of quality on with 1080p 60 frames per second. But here we have it. I'll let you decide for yourself if you think this is good quality with the AEE Lyfe silver action camera. 1080p. Hello, this is a 1080p video test at 60 frames per second. This is my favorite resolution setting. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second. I really like this camera at this particular setting. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second Hello, this is a 1080p video test. 1080p video test at 60 frames per second with the AEE Lyfe Silver action camera. We purchased this recently on Amazon for around $30. This is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test. So far I'm very impressed with the quality of this video. I mean the quality of this footage. It's seems to be a nice little camera for around $30. That's what we purchased it for. So far very impressed with the quality of this camera. 1080p video test at 60 frames per second with the AEE Lyfe Silver action camera, which has many features both for recording video and lots of photo features as well. Hello, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the AEE Lyfe Silver action camera. 1080p video test, 60 frames per second. .1080p video test, 60 frames per second with the AEE Lyfe Silver action camera that we purchased on Amazon for around $30.